It's now time to get an in-depth look on this Friday at markets around the world. And for that, I'm joined on the line by Dr. Kim Seiwan, professor of economics at Ewha Womans University. Dr. Kim, thanks for coming on today.
Good afternoon.
So as we've heard, the tensions between the U.S. and China over trade are having a major effect on exchange rates. The Chinese Yuan now sitting just below 7 to the dollar, and the Chinese authorities have said they won't let it rise past that level. What does this mean for China and, for that matter, Korea and its own currency?
Yes, basically depreciating Chinese yuan represents riskier situation in Chinese economy. That means China faces new challenges because the trade negotiation with U.S. is not completed. That also means China is more exposed to structural problems like a huge debt in both public and private sectors, and low employment and bubbles in real estate market. So these problems altogether have a power to decrease Chinese economic growth. So if that is realized, that leads to Korea's less export to China and more depreciated Korean won against other major currencies.
Right. Well, speaking of currencies, the Commerce Department said Thursday that it's going to penalize countries that undervalue their currencies. This would take the form of countervailing duties because it says certain countries use their currencies to subsidize their industries. This could go way beyond China, even affecting countries like Germany, maybe Vietnam, even South Korea.
Right. Actually, this is pretty much expected from before. We know that the theme of U.S. trade policy as of now is protectionism. So the top priority of U.S. trade policy is given to reducing trade deficit with foreign countries. On the other side, depreciating domestic currency is one of the easiest ways to increase export to the United States. So U.S. government is extremely sensitive on foreign government's currency value manipulations in the past. So from actually Obama administration, U.S. government releases currency manipulating monitoring list, and unfortunately South Korea is one of the list that includes China, Japan, Germany, Korea, Taiwan, and Switzerland. So even though the ultimate target of U.S. government is on China, all the other countries on the list could be penalized in terms of the higher tariffs.
Sure. What about Korea coming off the list?
Well, actually, South Korea has been one of the monitoring lists from 2 years ago. So we are not actually defined as a currency manipulating country. We are something candidate of possible currency manipulating country. So far there was not any penalties from U.S. government.
Well, sticking with Huawei, you know, we have the blacklisting there and now other allies of the U.S. joining in, like the UK and Japan, partly because of security issues they see themselves, but also they want to keep doing business with America. Here in Korea, though, we have the telecom provider LG U+, for example, having already rolled out some Huawei equipment. What needs to be done here in Korea?
Yes. Actually, this situation reminds me that of thought deployment episodes before. So Korean government is kind of squeezed between U.S. and China, and U.S. is second largest trading partner and our ally, and China is number one trading partner to South Korea. But the problem is it is not legally appropriate to withdraw LG U+ already deployed Huawei equipment, in addition to possible Chinese government anger on that order from Korean government. So I think we have to go the way of straight persuasion of two sides, United States and China. We need to more persuade Korean economies a situation between China and U.S., and we therefore have to minimize possible economic impacts from these episodes.
Very interesting, Dr. Kim. We appreciate your insights today, as always. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.